The tale unfolds with Odin seated on his throne in Asgard, Hlithskjolf, where he surveys all of existence. At this moment he is watching over two brothers, Agnar and Geirroth, whom he and his wife Frigg nurtured years ago. Sons of a king from an undisclosed land, decide to go fishing. However, a fierce storm sweeps them away, wrecking their boat on an unfamiliar shore. There they are rescued by an elderly couple who, unbeknownst to the boys, are actually Frigg and Odin in disguise. The couple chooses to foster the brothers separately. The woman cares for 10-year-old Agnarr, who is destined to succeed his father as king, while the man takes in 8-year-old Geirroth, imparting to him a wisdom that remains unspecified. After spending a winter with the couple, Odin, sensing the time has come for the boys to return home, crafts a boat for them. Before they set sail, Odin whispers a secret into Geirroth's ear. Upon their return, Geirroth, fueled by the wisdom he gained, leaps from the boat and curses Agnarr, sending him to a place of darkness before pushing the boat back out to sea. When Geirroth arrives at their kingdom, he learns that his father has passed away during the winter, and he is subsequently crowned king. Years later, Odin revels in the outcome, boasting that while Agnarr, Frigg's chosen one, lives in a cave and fathers children with a giantess, Geirroth now sits on the throne that rightfully belonged to his brother. This narrative highlights significant themes. Frigg, known for her foresight, chose to foster Agnarr, possibly because she foresaw his royal destiny and aimed to prepare him for leadership. In contrast, Odin, ever the challenger, seems intent on altering fate by placing Geirroth on the throne, believing that by imparting wisdom and a secret, he could provoke betrayal and shift the course of destiny. Unimpressed by Odin's boasting, Frigg counters that Geirroth is a miserly king, neglecting the basic tenets of hospitality and allowing his guests to suffer from hunger whenever he deems their numbers too great. She highlights that while Odin may have altered fate, it was clearly not for the better. Eager to prove her wrong, Odin declares that he will visit Geirroth in disguise to demonstrate that the king knows how to treat his guests properly. The couple engages in an unspecified wager regarding the outcome of this visit. To ensure that her expectations come to fruition, Frigg sends her maid, Fula, to warn Geirroth of an approaching dangerous sorcerer intent on bewitching him. Fula tells Geirroth that he will recognize the sorcerer because no dogs will bark at him, a trait characteristic of all gods, which Frigg cleverly uses to her advantage. Soon, Odin arrives disguised as a traveler named Grimnir, clad in a blue cloak. When he requests an audience with Geirroth, the guard dogs remain silent, signaling his divine nature. Geirroth, recognizing the anomaly, has him captured and bound for interrogation. When Grimnir refuses to divulge his purpose, Geirroth orders him to be tortured by forcing him to sit between two blazing fires, which scorch his cloak away. Grimnir endures this torment for 8 days without food or drink, steadfastly refusing to speak. Eventually, Geirroth's son, also named Agnarr in honor of his betrayed uncle, takes pity on the captive and brings him a horn of mead. This act of kindness provides Odin with the opportunity he had been waiting for. Odin reveals his true identity. To Agnarr, sharing tales of the realms of the gods and the structure of the universe, he promises the boy that he will be rewarded for his compassion. When Geirroth comes to see what has transpired, Odin admonishes him for his unkingly behavior and ominously prophesies his death. Terrified, Geirroth draws his sword, but in his panic he stumbles, causing the blade to twist in his hand. He inadvertently falls upon his own sword and meets his end. With Geirroth gone, his son Agnarr is proclaimed king, and the balance of fate is restored, placing Agnarr rightfully on the throne. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the sagas of the Norse. If you enjoyed this story and want to dive deeper into more epic tales from Norse mythology, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Ahmed's World. Your support helps us bring more enchanting stories to life.